What's going on, everyone? It's Dublin, and we're going to be tasting some wine today. Just some wine, not going to do a pairing because this one really intrigued me. Because this one is got 94 points by Wine Enthusiast, and yet it's under $100. It's actually under $70. It's actually, in some stores, under 60 bucks. And let me tell you, to get a 94 point score, you gotta be really kind of bringing something. You gotta be smacking people around a little bit. And I kind of wanted to try out this one and see what 94 points gets you, because usually that's reserved for, some pretty special bottles. And if you're gonna be rating someone like Mouton Rothschild 94 points, and that's, $500 to $600 a bottle, then how is Chateau LaCabanne 2018 from Pomerol getting 94 points and only around 60, 50, 60 bucks? Not saying it's cheap, but for really good Bordeaux, it's kind of unheard of these days. You're at least, in that $80 to $100 range. If you're getting low 90s, 92, 93 points, but 94, that's where you take that leap. That's where you go at the score rating, from like 94 to 96, then 96 plus is like outstanding, close to 100 point wine. So this one really intrigued me. I do love Pomerols. And, everyone kind of thinks Merlot-based wines, yeah, Miles, that's right. We're gonna have some effing Merlot, because this one is 94% Merlot, 6% Cab Franc, which is a pretty low percentile for Cab Franc. I know in Saint-Emilion, usually you get more of that Cab Franc. It's way heavier in that area. But Pomerol, usually it's a bigger split than that, and usually you get a little bit of that Petit Verdot in there, and then even some Cabernet Sauvignon. But the fact this is 94% Merlot, 6% Cab Franc. To me, that means that someone really knows what they're doing to extract something out of Merlot and get enough of that backbone in there and enough of that structure to really, just absolute confidence in your varietal, which maybe that's why they got 94 points. So let's find out. I really want to try this guy. Really good Bordeaux. I mean, man, I am a sucker for it. And as you might know, if you watch some of my videos, I do gush over Bordeaux, but that's because I'm picking, some really special ones. Now, Bordeaux do have some real kind of clunkers out there too. Just like any wine region. There are people that really know what they're doing, and some people that just don't kind of care. We like to gravitate towards people that know what they're doing and have a little bit of passion in their craft. So let's give this one a shot. Chateau LaCabanne 2018. Pretty young for Bordeaux, but just enough age to where maybe there's a couple notes coming out and it's not disjointed and whatnot. So let's see what's going on here. Let's give a little sniffy sniff. Oh. Whew. I wanted to say perfumey, but it isn't perfume. It doesn't have that in it. It's actually kind of like a nice little spiciness going on in there. Like a little floral, some violets or something like that, but almost like some Asian spices. A little bit of cassis in there. It's a really nice nose. I mean, you definitely get some of that oak, a little bit of that oak, and that Merlot kind of dancing together in the glass. That's where, some, as you know, some of that spice is some of that oak, but they do use neutral oak. There's always a good split in Bordeaux, so it's not like just overpowering oak. It's more of just nice integration of oak. It comes out as a nice little spiciness, kind of just brings it up a little bit of a notch. That's a beautiful little nose. Okay. Yeah, right on. I mean, you can't just pick one thing out of that wine. There are multiple things going on in there. I mean, right off the bat, you get this mid palate of this plumminess that comes through. And then as you swish it around, it's this beautiful chocolatiness and almost like a little bit of a truffle. Oh, wow. That's really nice. It's complex and it's well integrated. 94 points, wine enthusiast. I thought I was a little bit ballsy, but gosh darn. I mean, I'm pretty darn close to that. I'd say you're rating at 94 points, a little bit of potential as well. This bottle has a lot of grip. There's plenty of tannic structure there, really good acidity, all balanced. But man, with that berry combination and that chocolate and that truffle and like that earthiness coming through, oh my God, give this thing another 5 to 10 years and you could be easily 95 point wine right there. I don't know if I'd go high as 94, but I don't think they're crazy at all. And yeah, I'd have to say this is a darn good QPR. The quality price ratio in this bottle is absolutely just smacking me around, just screaming, get more, buy more while you can, because someone's gonna discover this and suddenly it's gonna be $150. I've been through it before, as I'm sure all of you have. I remember the first time I had Chateau LaCabanne, which borders Petrus. And if you know Petrus, you know that's a special piece of property. I'm not saying LaCabanne is Petrus, but it borders it, so it's getting something out of there. I used to get the bottle for 45 bucks. It is now in the high hundreds, if not to the 200s now, because, you know, a couple certain, you know, wine critics strolled through and were like, ooh, this has got some good juice. It's got some good fruit to it. I like fruit. I'm gonna smack this with a 98 points. Price, goodbye. It was never a 98 point wine, but it was really, really good. And I love that I could get it for 45 bucks. So here's between $50 and $60. Someone's gonna score this even higher one day. And this vineyard is gonna skyrocket. It's gonna be off the charts because this is a really good winemaking. It's beautifully complex. It's very approachable now. I mean, I'm gonna drink this tonight with a nice ribeye. And I'm telling you, I'm not gonna have a bad night. Dublin is not gonna have a bad night, not at all. This is gonna be a very good night. I'm gonna share this with the wife. Yeah, I think I need to give some pats on the head, pats on the back. Good job, Dubs. You did it again. My little personal sob. But yeah, to wrap this one up, 94% Merlot, 6% Cab Franc. That Merlot, I mean, has really great structure. It's beautiful tannin grip to it, but it still has a nice, really good velvety mouthfeel. And when you swirl it around, you're not getting all puckered up afterwards. Tons of flavors, tertiary notes coming through already. I mean, this thing's just gonna keep getting better and better. Right now, it's absolutely fabulous. If you have a cellar, grab a few bottles, 3, 4 if you can manage it. Drink one now, see what you think, and then, you know, every 5 years pop one and see where it's at. That's, you know, a good time right there. It's a nice little decade to go try this out every 5 years. That'd be a nice little decade, wouldn't it? This definitely exceeded my expectations. You know, I do like Pomerols, although I've had a few that, you know, are decent and they're right around this price range, but they didn't bring as much as this bottle is bringing. So I would say if I tasted this blind, I would say this is at least 80 to 90 bucks easily. If someone said this was like $120, I wouldn't be surprised at all. I'd be like, oh yeah, okay, that's drinking like a $120 bottle of wine. Absolutely. If someone told me this is between 50 and 60 bucks, I might kind of give them a little bit of a look and go to the store and or Google it and find out myself, because I might not believe them because it's drinking that good. And I kind of know my wine, and I'd say, well, Dublin is smelling something a little off, and it isn't wine. But yeah, this thing is really drinking well. QPR is through the roof. Run out, grab yourself Chateau LaCabanne 2018, and I'm sure I'm gonna try other years if I can find it. Hoping this is good, but man, this one is really, really smacking. This thing is absolutely beautiful wine. I highly recommend it. Gosh darn it, get out there and get one because you deserve it. Live a little, take a bite of that apple, take a sip of this wine.